today, Rinpoche explained the importance of the union of calm, abiding, and special insight. It's not possible to become a Buddha or even realize any of the practices in a complete way without this union.
There.
Okay? Is my mic okay? Everything's okay?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So everybody, we're on page... hold on. I was looking at it in the Tibetan. Page 21, where we see Kamala Shila's first stages of meditation says. So that's where we will begin today. Okay, Rinpoche, Gongya Mepachi.
Gore Dambole, Chenrezig, Yu, Chenrezig, Jimeba, Nebate, Naba Majabi, Senjine, and about the Shiva Minute, Jordan de Jang, Nabarajabi, Yandaba Jindu, Shirato, Shezu Shikazerosa, Tashine the Laton, Shine the Laton to let Marba.
Less so?
Tagoni Dambole, Chenrezig, Yu, Shine Jimeba, Mede, Naba Majabi, Senjine, Andaba Jindu. Shiva Minute.
Don't need to be sure you'll mar it.
Jordan de Jang, Nabarajabi, Andaba Jindu, Shezu Shikazeros, Shine the man that should the Sivishet Humaris, Gazedo Shezos, Shine Tuna, Damebi, Damebala Sujindo, Jubi Shiroji, Yu, Duba, Mazi, Madabadan, Lendeda Kuyu Niemida, Shabbat Nijida, Asha Juji San Juala, Subi, Sudubi Shiraji, Jiegung Sheba Tanji Jang, Miba Yu Jun Lune, Rarage Miba Kanyin Shendo Mewa, Yubi, Gawa Kanji Tanji, Shinto Tochelaza. Shine Manebi, Hodone, Chashimeba Yela Yu, Gurisheba Tanji, To Chunde, Shujule, Send Ewa, Send Naba Yu Me, Yumuchi Chadane, Shedan, the Jutan Katusu, Yuritan Shesha, Sensible. Shebe, Shebane, the Demanus. So, what the Genet Duna should the Zibaton to it. She met the Madonna and Tonto Mother, what was one thing.
Rinpoche, the Shine Mena, the Doni Dopi Shirap, Legamare, the Dapa Jidawa Shintu Sheba Minute. Then they don't gare. Ngutsun Sema, the Doni Ngutsun Sema Yongamarib, they don't gare.
Send Nabai me, Yumuchi Chana, the Jetana Katuso, Yuringa Chichitan, Saint Jimmy Shebane, the Shine Baba in the same indicator, the Nasibu Tonto Mares.
Less so.
What the something the mother?
Okay, less so. All right, so. Beginning with Kamala Shila's first stages of meditation, or beginning stages of meditation, we find, because your mind moves like a river, it does not rest without the foundation of meditative serenity. A mind that is not in meditative equipoise cannot understand reality just as it is. Also, the Bhagavan says, with meditative equipoise, you know reality just as it is. So without an understanding, or without the achievement of serenity, here they're using the word serenity. We use calm abiding. It's the same word in Tibetan. I just double-checked it, but it's shine, which is calm abiding usually. So when you see serenity in here, just realize that it's referring to calm abiding. It's just a different translator's choice. So without achieving calm abiding, without achieving serenity, one isn't able to have a very clear, direct understanding of reality. So the nature of reality. Understand reality just as it is, the nature of reality. Then it says, with meditative equipoise, you know reality just as it is. So it's saying that, it's not saying if you have meditative equipoise, or if you have serenity, then you will see reality. It's saying that it's a prerequisite for seeing reality. So when you achieve serenity or calm abiding, you not only stop the fault of movement in the wisdom consciousness that properly analyzes selflessness, you also stop the fault of distraction from the object of meditation, whatever you use, discerning wisdom. Why does it sound like a run-on? I just want to reread that. When you achieve serenity, you not only stop the fault of movement in the wisdom consciousness that properly analyzes selflessness, you also stop the fault of distraction from the object of meditation whenever you use discerning wisdom to conduct analytical meditation on topics such as impermanence, karma and its effects, the faults of cyclic existence, love, compassion, or the practice of the spirit of enlightenment, or bodhicitta. No matter what your object of meditation, you engage in it without distraction so that any virtue you cultivate is much more powerful. On the other hand, before you reach serenity, you weaken all your virtuous deeds by frequent distraction to other objects. So here, the statement is that in whatever virtue that you're engaging in, if you have this foundation of calm abiding, then there is much more powerful virtue that's able to be created because the distraction isn't there, so you don't waver from your object of meditation, from your purpose, from your goals. So that's the reasoning for that. Then we have a quote from Shanti Deva's Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, or engaging in the Bodhisattva deeds. So a distracted mind doesn't cultivate virtue as powerfully as a non-distracted mind. The person who's, from the Bodhichara Avatara, Shantideva, the person whose mind is distracted lives between the fangs of the afflictions. The one who knows reality has said that prayers, austerities, and such, even if practiced for a long time, are pointless if done with a distracted mind. Okay, then the Shunju long lotsar, then a ditarna mipa.
That's the when the manadrama say in the manadrama, same in the manadrama chaba yores.
Less so.
Say in the manadrama, shirapan to your mares, same in the down the penjabures. Or this one is the jet on the Katuso, the Sheshan, Saint Shevane,
less so. Tuche. So we can see that here it says, the one who knows reality has said that prayers, austerities, and such, even if practiced for a long time, are pointless if done with a distracted mind. So for instance, if we're engaging in the practice of mantric recitation, saying the mantra of Chenrezig, Om Mani Padme Hum, there is a different quality of recitation, of doing that prayer, if you aren't distracted than if you are distracted. So if you are distracted while doing your mantric recitation, you're engaging in virtue, but you're also allowing other things, non-virtues and distractions, to seep in. Whereas if you have no distraction, if you've achieved serenity or calm abiding, then these distractions aren't there, and their one-pointed focus on the Om Mani Padme Hum is there. So therefore it's more powerful. It's more of, has more ability, if you will, more potency. Tuche.
Tadana meba chila sentient to me matuba yubane tinzi rubi gubane sengi meba la chetan de jitu kudo ronyu leron rubi shiri las te an sen meba la meba chila tena de tula Dana Yoa Demo Chutamba Tar Give me but Tayeva La Chetan Dobatar Roshi Imbes shene tuzu na wate ge me ba galar san ta ba ina susu de ba na san ta tu res
Less so.
yeme shene tu na chitawa de ye bi yu la me bi shiro da ton yu sen da don sen de ba da sen de da de ba da Geshe la so ta ye ba ta ye bi Gwa duba da gwa chudu duba da tayewe chun dubi shi mena chun goba yi che tu jun do meba chila tane yobe ne shene dubi goba me shebe geju lambo chenpo munjo sheba shawos shene dubi na gwa le laba che yungore maru na yungo mare sonde
Shine, the understanding Shine.
shene tuzuna
Less so?
shene ge me bal pentu chibu yungres maru na pentu yung mare sonde
Okay. So thus, the aim of attaining a concentration in which your mind is non-discursively stabilized on a single object without distraction is to have mental serviceability, the ability to willfully direct your attention to virtuous objects of meditation. If you fix your attention on a single object of meditation, you can keep it there, but if you release it, it will proceed as you wish to limitless virtuous objects, just like water drawn in smoothly flowing irrigation ditches. So when you achieve the state of calm abiding or serenity, you are able to put your mind on any virtuous object of observation you wish without wavering. So here it's saying that if you are able to focus with calm abiding on an object of observation that is virtuous, then one is able to derive a much more benefit from that activity because it's undistracted. If so, you can hold that focus as long as you wish, but it doesn't mean you then are stuck there because you have this serviceability of the mind. So you're able to then shift your mind from that virtuous object of observation that you have single-pointedly focused on to another virtuous object of observation, and then you're able to singly focus on that because the calm abiding creates this serviceability of the mind. So that's the meaning of it. You can direct your mind towards any virtuous object of observation that you wish and stay fixed on that object of observation. So this moving is, the moving from objects to object is purposeful as opposed to the mind just being distracted and going here and going there. Let's see. I think that's it. Therefore, after you have achieved meditative serenity, you must sustain in meditation objects and attitudes that stop limitless faults and bring together limitless virtues, such as wisdom consciousness, focusing on the real nature and the diversity of phenomena. So just as a note, reality and diversity of phenomena are referring to conventional and ultimate truth. Generosity, the attitude of restraint, patience, joyous perseverance, faith, and disenchantment with cyclic existence, or renunciation. Realize that continuously stabilizing your mind by fixing it on a single object of meditation yields no great advantages in practice of virtue for those who do this fail to appreciate the purpose of achieving serenity. So a completely distracted mind where one is not trying to harness that distraction isn't very useful in terms of engaging in virtue because of the distraction. Geshe Rinpoche.
라도 매나 신내라 유지상 공부시장 유몽원조 너봐 장 시지第3번째네 공부 마시비 신내자라 공부 마자이 라도양 공부대 고래 바발레스 신내 바지 공부시비네 내주와 나지 디바네 뭐게 지금은 나버 tanto 세대 싫어진 상황 중앙 매봐 바라냐발레바 투바 먼저로스 신나들 라도 니샤 연합에 야부요아래 신나들 라도 저를 맨날 어디 그바치부 용 말해 손에서 먼저로
Okay, Mijoro. Thus, if you reject analytical meditation with discerning wisdom, both in the deed section of the perfections and in the view section of the perfections, your cultivation of one-pointed concentration will be very weak. The technique for producing forceful and long-lasting certainty about the meaning of selflessness is sustained analysis with discerning wisdom, or special insight. With such insight into the real nature, no matter how long you cultivate, without such insight into the real nature, no matter how long you cultivate serenity, you can only suppress manifest afflictions. You cannot eradicate their seeds. Therefore, do not cultivate only serenity. You need to cultivate insight as well, because, as Kamala Shila's second stages of meditation says, okay, I don't believe Rinpoche read that. But so I'm going to stop there. And so one needs to have a union of calm abiding and special insight. Without that union, one is able to just suppress negativities, but not get rid of them. Ultimately, they're seeds that make them manifest in the first place. So it's just kind of putting them down for another time, in a sense. Whereas if you have special insight that's coupled with the calm abiding, then that has the ability to eradicate that which gives rise to those things at their root. Okay, nge sampa kangala son. And Rinpoche, chu kamala shila long lo son.
대대로 쇼쇼당 타유 쇼제 수도 비시라지 제공도나 센스지비 하상 떠나 자나레스.
Oh, the nge Jason, gonga mebechi Rinpoche, that's cool. So I had forgotten one thing. So that if we just cultivate serenity alone, and we don't cultivate the union of serenity or calm abiding and special insight, then we are liable to end up at the view of Hashan, the Chinese abbot's view, that was negated actually by Kamala Shila, where just this emptying of the mind is necessary, with an analysis is not. So here we're saying that without the analysis, you can't get at the root. So one needs to have this union of calm abiding with analysis, called a union of calm abiding and special insight, in order for that to occur. Let me see here. Shiro. Then Dewe. Shiro. Chutsar. Lama. Shiro. Dewe na Papa Gomba Ngepa Je.
Tena Papa Gomba.
Yeah,
Abandri Teniles Gonde. Santenji Nyamo Naba Nodo. Shiro Jene Palanya. Tunila Mibitinga what Nyamo Nebuchadnezzar. Haton the Pachal Nebuchadnezzar.
Ale.
Palanya. Lebanjoma Shedo. Shekados. Papa Tenganji Jabaleja. Tenganji Te Gomba Shegoje. Tena Tato Jimeje. Te Yamu Shish Rotu de Hashu 하주진에 대제 공부진시 하주시 땡에서 공부는 땡에서 장례 로주시에로 버자인서래 뭐지 그래도 줄라다면 수수 대다 그때 공부는 대단 양한데도 레비죠 주제 다게 주제 강의 때는 시민주로 shesos.
Okay.
어디보다.
Yadu. Okay, so then we have Kamala Shila's second stages of meditation says, cultivating just serenity alone does not get rid of a practitioner's obscurations. It only suppresses the afflictions for a while. Unless you have the light of wisdom, you do not destroy the dormant tendencies. For this reason, the Sutra Unraveling the Intended Meaning says, meditative stabilization suppresses afflictions. Wisdom destroys dormant tendencies. So here, dormant tendencies are referring to the imprints of the negativities that are left after we engage in them, the karmic imprints. So those are not removed by calm abiding alone. Those require insight and calm abiding to remove them. So if you merely cultivate calm abiding, then you're literally just utilizing the calm abiding to suppress those afflictions as opposed to eradicating them. And eradicating them requires eradication of the imprints that give rise to them, the causes within our continuum that are all there that will give or can give rise to negativity. And just one suppresses them, but the union exhausts them. And then we have a quote from the King of Concentrations. I'm sorry. For this reason, the Sutra Unraveling Intended Meaning says, meditative stabilization suppresses affliction, wisdom destroys dormant tendencies. So the dormant tendencies are the imprints. The King of Concentration Sutra, the Samadhi Raja Sutra says, although worldly persons cultivate concentration, they do not destroy the notion of self. Their afflictions return and disturb them, as they did Udraka, who cultivated concentration in this way. If you analytically discern the lack of self in phenomena, and if you cultivate that analysis in meditation, this will cause a result, attainment of nirvana. There is no peace through any other means. So there's no way to nirvana by any other way than a union of calm abiding and special insight. There's no secondary route that will get you to liberation. There is only one way to do it, and the way that it is done requires these components, calm abiding and special insight. Shesong. Dixon, Shanchu Sembi.
Shanchu Sembi dinner later. Kanza Shanchu Sembi dinner. Chujan de Matu. Papi Chundua. Matu Bat, and Zinsanji. Chuban Jabane, Tobane. Majeji Oke. Mabi Naje the Longi. Chiwata Kawada, Nod. Chiwata Yangada. Hangandabata. 도게와다 이메도와 다 초발레 요소마드 와리도게 코발레 요소마드 도가지 pom발레 요소마드 테라고네 대신시베 데게지 제레 제소 투바투바네 가실레 존조로스 셰송로스 다 신의 라도 어디 이제 여봐이나 나 가와도 치와도 모두 그래서 가실을 주어주로 셰까지도 셰소 대다유나 집어다다 보네 요소 답이 신조화 되베 신의라네네 싫어 공부하셔. 되게도 파바 건조 제발 내줘. 가져대. 추진라 내내 생각제 또 내자 싫어 공부시 싫어지네 예시 나바다바도 예시 나바다베 추진 방송소 시가제도 신에들 하던 얘가 왜나 안 배도 잡아 용거 얘가 맨날 용거 말을 쏘는
Yanjir.
가제도 봐봐 태바집에 태바고면 돌래죠 이제 뭐 싫어 야만네 나 샤주 세바나지 태바집발라 태바 쳔발라 태와 좀 마마마오 시가제도 라도니가 왜나 옆에 집에 요거리만 얘가 맨날 요거 말했어.
Datayen. Dixon. Okay. So we have a quote from the scriptural collections of the Bodhisattvas. Gangin Sinadeng Ngapa Legare. Those who are unlearned in the contents of the scriptural collection of the Bodhisattvas, unlearned in the discipline of the noble teaching, and who derive a sense of sufficiency from mere concentration, fall by virtue of their pride into an inflated sense of themselves. They will not escape from birth, aging, sickness, death, sorrow, lamentation, suffering, unhappiness, or perturbation. They will not escape from the 6 realms of cyclic existence. They will not escape from aggregation of suffering. With that in mind, the Tathagata said, learning from others what is appropriate, you will escape aging and death. As this is so, those who seek completely pure sublime wisdom, from which every obscuration has been eliminated, should cultivate wisdom while they remain in serenity. On this point, the Ratna Kuta collection says, keeping ethical discipline, you will attain concentration. Attaining concentration, you cultivate wisdom. With wisdom, you attain pure, sublime wisdom. As your sublime wisdom is pure, your ethical discipline is perfect. The Sutra of Cultivating Faith in the Mahayana says, child of good lineage, if you do not have wisdom, I would not say that you have faith in the Mahayana of the Bodhisattvas, nor would I say you knew the real nature of the Mahayana. So here it's showing that the wisdom, analytical meditation, analysis is indispensable when we're looking at trying to engage in any of the virtues completely and trying to ultimately achieve liberation or Buddhahood. It's not possible without uniting these two. With just serenity alone, you will not be able to escape, and it will not only not escape, it has a tendency to inflate one's pride by just doing meditation alone and giving you more of a sense of self, because the wisdom isn't there to understand that self is not true. So you inflate that sense of identity more by just sitting in a state of yourself, without any wisdom there to back it up. And eventually that wisdom becomes a discerning wisdom because it's united with calm abiding, and that's what makes it a special insight, when wisdom is given that single focus through various stages. But that's what its special insight is. It's a wisdom, is a union of calm abiding and special insight. So that the calm abiding is necessary to achieve that type of wisdom, but you can't achieve wisdom without wisdom. So that's why, that's the necessity. Drang tamba, drang nepa, drang ngapa lepson. A B C D. Doma nyomong nampa jupane. Sheso de sumbatar ngola she de ngapa.
Shene rado de belado ke emo aban joba shene tome shene tejas. Shene rado de shene de lado yoba ina yomo nyeba dogres. Yomo jo dogres. Te so toma shene de jula jiba she gures. Tene lado. she somebody mala shene drone tene tela tende laton gomba yeno tela ande nyato kone tambule e meba ngeba meto shene meba la neba kayo mare shene gonga kuron de bares nejo ba jodu jobaros ana susu de ba garin de la mene shene gona digres shene je meba la ngeba meba sons 하셔 봤다라 신의 매발라 최제다 추니 이 옆에 다뭐 다음에 돌아고 하시네 들라면서 공배 세제도 매요 신의다 돈이라 매라도 이거 뒤지도 제비 주면서 지시 뭐라 신의 라동 고마시나 달라 신의 라동 기모도 둘로네 신의 죄죄 라동 제보 또 간절해서나 둘로네 다음에 따유고와 제발라 신의 모두 좀 먹어도 돈을 구하지발라 신의 것도 두고 말했어. 신의 매발라 더고 통시로스 신의 맨날 돈이 도 봐요랬어. 더와들라 예주유 용하지발라야 신의 것도 좀 먹어도 신의 매저 소소도 싫어지 야제도 공부하러 쉐베 이조와 먹게돼 그나 맞아봐도 그 예매다.
Okay.
사주지 세종알라. 이제 와제바시네라 라레바 하장 타준저데. 주생권 소비저로 와서.
Kabakasam.
Yeah.
This Zugu is my this is my spot, not Rinpoche. Zugu. Okay, Tuche. Then did seek Chiro?
Yeah.
Una. Okay.
Okay,
Tuche.
Golo teni kai nyana. Dela gonde ne sutubi. Shiraji nabarje bata. 나버저버저 공부 제 대세도 요새 시도 좀 해봐. 맨날 대세도 나도도 제주도 일하시 이제 일하스. 텔레 시장 제나 나도 송배 시내마도나 수수도 비셔지 제고 제다 시장 대 탈로제지 신의가 제법만요라 신의 돈에 수수도비 싫어지지 고내장 라게 탈 시장 제법시베 탈라신에 조고데 어디 쉐바샤 오스
Yapudu. Okay, ngene de lo. Rinpoche ngayet samba detsin moa then chikshena ka. Chen gangisiner chiran ka kali kapudu. Chiran sanlogari be yapudu. Karma nga moa then triwadan lenja.
Okay.
Okay, so where am I? Just give me a moment. So how to be certain about their order. Shanti Deva's engaging in the Bodhisattva deed says, insight possessed of serenity destroys the afflictions. Knowing this, seek serenity at the outset. Insight possessed of serenity destroys the afflictions. Knowing this, seek serenity at the outset. According to the statement, you first achieve meditative serenity, then cultivate insight on that basis. And then now we'll begin a debate section where there's a qualm, an incorrect idea, and then a response to that. And it's written in debate format. the same exact thing that a respondent says. Chi chir is what Lama Tsongkhapa responds. So it's written in a way as if someone was debating Lama Tsongkhapa. I'm sure it reads kind of like that. It reads more like, but it's really written in a debate way. Shantidev is engaging in the Bodhisattva deed, says, insight possessed of serenity destroys the afflictions. Knowing this, seek serenity at the outset. According to the statement, you first achieve meditative serenity, then cultivate insight on that basis. Kamala Shila's first stages of meditation says, its object of meditation is indeterminate, meaning that the object of meditation of meditative serenity is indeterminate. As explained above, the object of meditation of serenity may be either reality itself or a conventional phenomena possessed of reality. If you first understand the meaning of selflessness, then meditate while focusing on this. It should be enough to simultaneously produce both the serenity of an undistracted mind and insight focused on emptiness. Why then is it said you first seek serenity and then cultivate insight? And then the response is this. The way in which serenity precedes insight is as follows. You do not need to have serenity already in order to develop an understanding of the view that knows that there is no self. For we see that even those who lack serenity develop this view. This is an intellectual understanding, is what this is referring to. Nor do you need to have serenity already in order to experience mental transformation in regard to the view. For nothing precludes mental transformation being brought on by the practice of repeated analysis with discerning wisdom, even in the absence of serenity. If you claim that the absence of serenity precludes mental transformation in regard to the view, then the very same reasoning forces you to the extremely absurd conclusion that serenity is required even to experience mental transformation when meditating on impermanence, the faults of cyclic existence, or the spirit of enlightenment. So the point is it's saying that with wisdom, and thinking about downfalls of cyclic existence and so forth, you can have transformation. You can become motivated in a way that enhances you spiritually. But there won't be this complete transformation and because the clear understanding of the view can't be achieved without the serenity. So you can think about these things and achieve an intellectual understanding, but that won't be enough without the serenity. So why is serenity required for insight? According to the Sutra Unraveling Intended Meaning, as long as the practice of a discrimination and special discrimination with discerning wisdom cannot generate physical and mental pliancy, it constitutes a type of attention which approximates insight, generates pliancy, then when it generates pliancy, then it is insight. Thus, if you have not attained serenity, then no matter how much analytical meditation you do with discerning wisdom, in the end, you will not be able to generate the delight and bliss of physical and mental pliancy. Once you have attained meditative serenity, then even the analytical meditation of discerning wisdom will cultivate in pliancy. Hence, insight requires a meditative serenity as a cause, and this will then be explained below. More the trio lenja. He wants to do question and answer now. So, tearing shit Yabudu Rinpoche. Chiran Sen Selsho. Yabudu. So good to see Rinpoche feeling better every week. No question. No question.
I just wanted to ask Rinpoche if he had ever been on any pilgrimage sites in Tibet, for example, Milarepa, one of Milarepa's meditation caves or anything like that.
Rinpoche, the Chupula, the Milarepa Dron Peson. Milarepa, the Chenmo, Sacha, Gonga Mebichi, Pula, Tibet, Sacha Chenmo Mambo Yure, Milarepa, Sacha, Lamatson Kapi, then Chupeson. The Lamatson Kappa Dron Peson. Lamatson Kappa, J. Rinpoche, the Gom Sacha Yure, Chupeson. So Rinpoche, Milarepa, Don. So Rinpoche has been to some of the pilgrimage sites, to Lama Tsongkhapa's cave and others, but not Milarepa's dwelling. But he's seen it on the computer.
Thank you, Rinpoche. I had a question for like a practitioner who is just beginning sort of practice of calm abiding and hasn't really developed a stable analytic meditation that you could find a sort of suitable topic to focus on. Is there something he would recommend for beginners?
Rinpoche, the lapcha gu shine tsa tambo gangisina ngatsu sarpa. Then ngatsu shine heomare in shine rimbo yure. Then the nampa sarpa. The tsano garibe gangisina ngatsu the sherap mambo yomare. Then sherap mipa kalikapudu shine. Then charan the tsano garibe mipa gari yakshu. Then satambo gari yapudu. Less so. Gewe mipa? Okay. The long landun long? The chan the long na the landun? Diksung. Then the nampa sarpa shine guna the tambo gare not nyamlen gare tambo the sarpa the shine guna
ta shine gunga na tana su meba karla mene shine gunga ro tana tsusa deba jang tan je gores.
Okay, so as far as cultivation of calm abiding, you first have to pick an object of observation that is suitable for you and that you're going to practice focusing on. So I said to Rinpoche that as beginners, we don't have this object of observation of wisdom or a complete view to focus on. So what is a good for a first time, for a beginner to use for practice? And he said that everyone is different. You can utilize images of a deity, or whatever virtuous object you yourself feel connected to. Place your mind on one virtuous object, basically. It says in the Atisha's lamp for the path to enlightenment. So each individual has to decide his or her object or focus. And just as a translator's note, it always says that focusing on like an image of a Buddha, for instance, not only allows you to develop calm abiding eventually, but it also creates virtue because your object of observation is so powerful that most practitioners choose a Buddha or Shakyamuni Buddha, and the point is to be able to get the object of observation to the point that it fit on a mustard seed, like that small, with complete detail in your mind's eye. So it's just practicing it over and over again with this object of observation that you've chosen till you get to that point where you have serviceability, and then you're working on wisdom at the same time through just intellectual means, and then you bring the two together. That makes sense? And the translator's note was just very little at the end. But the first thing Rinpoche said is to find that object, pick it, and stick with it. Stay with an object, with a virtuous object.
First, I want to say I'm so glad to see you feeling better.
And Rinpoche is Shiran the Guzu Depu Tearing, the Depudu. Ngatsu da the Chiran du Yapuldu, then Tearing Sonchina Selbuldu, then Ngatsu Gapuldu Seldu. Thank you.
And then I wanted to ask for the single pointedness, is it acceptable to use an element of nature such as a unwavering flame or a pool of water that is still?
The Shine, the Jena, the Mikpa, Chu, Digsong, Chu, what is it? Me, Digsong. Yeah, so it's absolutely fine. I said a pool of water or fire would be fine. And it was a good point, was a focused fire, not one that's moving, because that could distract your mind.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Today we covered, one of the things we covered was serenity and special insight. Both are needed to destroy dormant tendencies. And I think maybe this is a very simplistic question, but is it the same for both are needed to destroy the 4 maras, and both are needed to destroy the 10 non-virtues, and both are needed to destroy obstructions to omniscience?
I got you.
Is that all the same?
The Shine Dan La Tung, the Mena Mekewa Ju Pang Tugumarbe, Kanga Pang Tugumarbe, Dene the Nyanlen Kanga Yakshu Shine Dan La Tungu. So for all, I asked it in a more kind of conclusive way. So all practices, if you wish to bring them to their ultimate form of practice, require a union of calm abiding and special insight. So I asked first about the abandonment of the 10 non-virtues. There is not a possibility of this complete abandonment without this union of calm abiding and special insight. So all abandonments require this union to be completed, because their tendencies, their imprints would be left over without the union. So maybe some very coarse forms could be roughed down, but not the subtle forms that are the ultimate place to get rid of them.
Okay. And maybe this is splitting hairs, but also it
the 4
destroys
maras you
the
asked me
4
about.
maras, yeah.
The Mara Je, the Panguna Shine Dan Latung Niche Gu. Yes.
Thank you. Tuche.
Similar question to what our friend over here asked. Is the breath also an appropriate object of virtuous meditation?
The Ugom, the Gewa, Ugom Jana, the Gewe Mipa. Yo, Kandre, Ugom got Kandre Gewa. What Garshine, the Lung, Gewe Mipa? Sishin a Lung dang me dang chu. Gewe mipa? Then garsh the uja lung garshane gewa mipa gewa yin yimbatal.
Oh, that's a gondola. Shena to which the Ogumbayana Gawadenu.
So yes, I was just splitting hairs myself as a translator, asking about if it's virtuous, like if it's technically, if you looked at breath, because it's wind, if you could say that's a virtuous object. And he said you can use any object, and if that object of the breath creates calm abiding, then yes, that's a virtuous object. So yes, you can achieve calm abiding through meditation on the breath. Does that answer the question? Yeah. I was just seeing if it fell into the definition of a virtuous object, because it's how I would still like to debate that further, but we'll stop there. I don't believe it, but that's okay. Because they say a stick's a virtuous object, because you can get calm abiding by meditating on a stick. I probably didn't ask the question cleanly enough in Tibetan.
Calm abiding and wisdom, what part does compassion play when you introduce compassion into the combination of calm abiding and wisdom?
Rinpoche, Shene Dang Hatong, Ninji, Dawagare, Gangisene, Shene Dan Latong Mena Shanchu, Yongmare. Then the Jawa gare. The ninji dang shine dang hatong Jawa gare. Gang isena ninji the shanchu guna ninji go. Dene shanchu guna shine dang latong go. Shine dang latong ninji Jawa gare. Kandre the ninji the kandre shine dang latong. Mikpa.
이제 매봐. 곧 벌써 뛰는 조절스. 지질 뛰어르스. 뛰는 조. 근데
Dene the
이제다. 신나다 나도 뛰어르스. 뛰는 조.
So these are all collections that are necessary. So we would say that yes, you can't become enlightened without calm abiding and special insight, but also you can't become enlightened without compassion. So these work as a collection. You're able to analyze why your compassion with your wisdom, and you're able to focus on it and stay single-pointedly with compassion with the calm abiding. So that's how it's all connected. But it works as a collection of comings together. Rinpoche said in like a dependent origination. Is like if we look at Buddhahood, it comes about through a collection as well. It's not truly established. So compassion, calm abiding, special insight, these are all parts of the comings together that become what is called Buddhahood. I think that, one more question. Three more, okay. Rinpoche's voice is almost gone, so. No, go for it. I didn't mean that as a guilt trip. I'm just saying why I'm stopping this. Yeah, go for it. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at.
Yeah. Is there an advantage to focusing on mantra or an image of a deity versus another object of concentration?
Yeah. The mikpa, shine mikpa, the sanje mikpa, the shin mikpa, gar shene sanje pemba, the shin tree, the shine mikpa, sanje mikpa, gar shene sanje pemba, pensho.
그 신의 거가 말이지 신의 산당 사제 고분 도비셔도 신의 산당 와서 거하는 거였어. 사제 비셔도 신의 산당 와이다. 안 거하는 거였어.
Dene the yene the satambo the mikpa gariak shoot sanlodang then lapjagu the mikpa sanjeg mikpa la mikpa the becha mambo the yapudu gangin sina gewa mikpa shin gewa yomare the sanjay pemba mambo yunten mambo then the mikpa pecha chena then yunten yongore then shin pecha chena yunten yomare the datayin
신 거와 말이지 신의 민에 띵하지 거로
less so if you are using an object of observation such as a tree, I was using, or a branch, as opposed to a deity or a mantra, if you are doing so to achieve single-pointed concentration to become a Buddha, if that's the reasoning that you're doing that, then that becomes a virtuous object of observation because of the motivation behind it. But that tree, that branch, doesn't have excellent qualities, whereas a deity or a mantra has excellent qualities in and of itself, meaning our goal is Buddhahood. So the Buddha is the manifestation of everything that is excellent, all excellent qualities. So by utilizing that object of observation and focusing on it, we're refreshing our mind over and over again with perfection, as opposed to a stick. So that's what it is. The stick will get you there, and if your motivation is to get single-pointed concentration to become a Buddha, you can get single-pointed concentration using a stick. But you aren't getting the added benefit of the virtue of the power of object of observation. There's something that's called, and this last part I'm adding in, but anything I'm saying, everyone knows I've been with Rinpoche since he got here 20 years, so I've nothing from my side to make up or say. Everything I say is from Rinpoche, but the excellent qualities that it possesses, it's called the potency or the power of the object of observation. It's why if you kill a bug, it's less non-virtue than killing a teacher, because of the potency of the power of object. You're killing the bug. A bug it's non-virtue that you killed it, but if you killed a monk, then it's a much more heavy sin because the object, a monk's going to teach and help and do so many different things in that lifetime. So it's a powerful object. Likewise, your object of meditation, if it's powerful, gives you added benefit. But Rinpoche wanted to be sure, just because he's afraid there's people using objects that aren't deities, that you can become enlightened if your motivation is doing that meditation on that stick for that purpose. Yes?
We studied the 6 perfections.
Yes.
And in the text today, there's on page 23, Ratnakutta collection. Keeping ethical discipline, you will attain concentration. Attaining concentration, you will cultivate wisdom. With wisdom, you attain pure sublime wisdom. And your sublime wisdom is pure, as your sublime wisdom is pure, your ethical discipline is pure. Perfect. Is there a reason that we're looking at ethical discipline in that context alone?
Yeah, it's foundation. 3 highest higher trainings: ethics, concentration, wisdom. They're cause and effect.
Okay,
I'm going to get the details of it, but the Triwa, the Tsutrim. Hold on. Shine dan Hlatong. Hold on. Let me find the quote. This will be. The Tsutrim Yuna Tingenzi Yogare. Tingenzi Yuna Sherap Yongare. The Garshene. Garshene Tsutrimgu. Garshene Tingenzi Tsutrimgu. Garshene.
Tingenzi Yola. Tingenzi Tsutrimgu.
Aha. There are various objects that are obstructions to being able to achieve single-pointed concentration, and the only way you can remove them is by applying that which abandons that, and that antidote that makes that abandon, that gets rid of that obstruction, is virtue, is ethics. So ethical discipline removes the barrier to being able to achieve concentration. Concentration allows you to properly focus on wisdom. So then all of those purify one another in that way. That's why the 3 highest higher trainings are in the order they are: ethics, concentration, and wisdom.
Thank you.
Is there one more? Get on the mic. Run DMC played the party I was at last night, so people didn't have too much money. Okay. Concluding mandala offering and dedication prayer. Tu Chena Rinpoche. Sheda Sobuldu. Yapuldu. The Ngay Tsampa. The Chak Tsama. The Dagdu. The dialysis is really helping, I was saying to Rinpoche. The fundamental ground is scented with incense and strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha land and offer it. May all sentient beings enjoy this pure realm. I dedicate whatever virtues I have collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drapa to shine forever. I send forth this jeweled mandala to you, precious Guru. I dedicate all this virtue to emulate the knowledge of the hero Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra as well. With whatever dedication is praised as supreme by all the conquerors who traverse the 3 times, I also dedicate all my roots of virtue for the sake of auspicious deeds. In that pure land surrounded by snowy mountains, you are the source of all benefit and happiness. Heartful Abboteshvara Tenzin Jatso, may you stay until samsara's end. I pray for the long life of the precious Khensur Wandak, upholder of scriptural and realizational doctrines, the spiritual friend who trained extensively in the 5 great philosophical texts with exceptional wisdom and perseverance. Tuji Rinpoche Guti Shapi Deno Langatsu Lamrim Chenmo Kongachiona.